Michael Jordan's flair, charisma, control, understanding the game. Nobody can do that. He was so graceful with the basketball, and he would change gears on you and change direction really, really quick. It's just amazing, man. If you see it, in person, it's like, we're like, oh. We start a fast break, somebody's gonna get dunked on. And it's gonna be Michael dunking on somebody. In the 1990 Eastern Conference Finals, I think the Bulls was really getting to figure us out. Joe Dumars used to guard him first because that's the beginning of the game. Then once he got out the game, I had to go guard him. I don't think anybody else could have guarded him. John Salley, Rick Mahorn, Bill Laimbeer, no. Whenever he got the ball, I'm pretty much like nose to nose with him because I didn't want him to do anything to embarrass me. Named the Jordan rule. If he goes to the hole, put him on the ground. If you see some of those clips, you'll see that we just hit him every time he goes to the basket. And he's always on the ground, like in pain. But he always gets back up. He learned after a while, man, that he just took control from there. I think people really saw one of the best performances in the NBA when Michael played against us. And we didn't let anyone do that against us. But almost put 50 on us quick. Check his resume out. It's awesome. It's like, wow, this guy is amazing.
The tallest building in the world, the Sears Tower, and the pride of Chicago, where we get ready for playoff basketball. Welcome, everyone, to the Eastern Conference Finals. I'm Kevin Harlan with Coach Mike Fratello and Clark Kellogg. We have Game 3 between the Pistons and the Bulls. Mike, I hope you can hear me. This Chicago arena is rocking right now.
Well, this city knows how pivotal this game is for the Bulls. It's a must-win situation for Chicago, and they'll need to be at their best to stand a chance.
Oh, and that won't be easy. Michael Jordan and the Bulls, Clark, have so far been stifled by this great Piston D.
Well, the Pistons are known as the bad boys, and for good reason. The defense is suffocating, it's physical, it's disruptive, and it's unrelenting. Chicago has to find some way to get their offense going in this series.
As you always say, they hang their hats on their defensive play.
That's right.
Here now, a look at the starting five for the Pistons. It's Thomas and Dumars in the backcourt. Rodman and Laimbeer, the fearsome frontcourt pair. And in the middle, James Edwards. Looking at the starting five for the Bulls. Paxson runs the point. Grant and Cartwright play in the post at the 4 and 5. And on the wings, it's the dynamic duo of Jordan and Pippen.
And the Pistons defense, so physical. You know you'll get bumped and banged up against them. They are both intimidating and effective.
Inside, here's Pippen. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
You have to finish plays like that. Can't look for the whistle against Detroit.
And Clark, with the Pistons and their defense, they've also imposed what they call the Jordan rules. What is that?
Well, I tell you, it's 10 eyes on Jordan at all times, sending doubles, triples, and traps at Jordan whenever he has the ball, Kevin. And they know he's the key to the Bulls' offense, so they're really trying to cut him down with a lot of bodies and a lot of physicality. And so far, through the first two games, it's worked.
That's a good explanation. Mike Fratello, Michael Jordan, through the first two games has been solid, but we know he is capable of more.
Just 20 points for him last game. I would imagine he does everything in his power to put up bigger numbers than that tonight.
This could be an all-timer. Pass to Grant. Jordan in the corner. Launches a three. Michael Jordan struggling to find anything against Dumars in this one. Here's Dumars. Kicks to Thomas. Outside Dumars. Back to Thomas. Over Jordan. 4 seconds left. And it's laid in by Rodman.
With Rodman, you have to be aware of where he is. Get a body on him. Really box him out. Dennis is always looking for an offensive rebound.
And Clark, Isaiah Thomas, just 8 points in game 1, and many had 10 points in game 2. He wants to get it going tonight. You can just feel it.
Absolutely, and you figure Zeke will have to be better than that. I mean, he's too good of a player to put up numbers like that all series long.
Yeah, I agree. Here's Thomas. After Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. And he converts the layup. Thomas got his second bucket of the game to go.
Boy, Isaiah Thomas, such a creative ball handler. Rush hour handles and a fantastic feel for how to break defenses down.
Paxson passes to Cartwright. To the paint. And there's Michael Jordan, the assist by Cartwright.
Boy, how about the confidence? I love watching him be that assertive down low.
And pin the blame on the defense there. You can't just give him an open layup.
Now, here's Thomas. Outside Dumars. And the Bulls ratcheting up the defense a little tighter now. Right, the Bulls have had some turnover problems in this series, and that is something they're going to have to avoid here.
Without question, 19 turnovers for them last game. You know the Pistons bring the pressure. Bulls have to minimize unforced errors.
Especially at this stage of the season in big games like this.
Shooting two.
And he knocks down the first one.
While he mostly plays the two, Joe Dumars can also slide over to the one. Such a versatile guard.
So he gets them both.
And he's making them count at the charity stripe. No surprise there.
Paxson against Thomas. Passes to Carton. Outside Jordan. Lets the three fly. Sinks the triple. Jordan's got his third basket of the night right there.
And the Bulls seemingly over their injury issues now. Paxson's ankle and Jordan's hip are looking close to 100%.
And you know, Mike, it was obvious how those injuries impacted the Bulls early on. In games 1 and 2, their backcourt was just not at full strength.
The stage is set, and it's one that Isaiah Thomas knows well. And for more on that, here's our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Now, this is an ongoing story. You have Isaiah Thomas coming back to his native Chicago. He's talked about how he wanted to play with the Bulls and how he used to sneak into this arena. Obviously, he's very happy in Detroit, but he loves this building, and he usually plays well here. Guys?
Thanks, D.A. And, of course, Mike, Isaiah's backcourt partner has shined as well.
Joe Dumars, the MVP of last year's finals, leading them in scoring in the first 2 games at the Palace.
It's about as good a backcourt, I think, as this league has ever seen, wouldn't you say?
A very versatile backcourt.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. Neely's checked in for Chicago. Armstrong comes in for John Paxson. Then for the Pistons, Sally, he's checked in for Edwards. And Aguirre's subbed in for Dennis Rodman. Back to Thomas. Fires top of the key. And he gets the jumper to drop. Thomas got 8.
And the Pistons up 2-zip in this series. They are completely in the driver's seat. The onus is on the Bulls to make the adjustments to get back in this series.
And I'm expecting that Coach Jackson will certainly have to mix things up, Mike. The Pistons are a monster, but they aren't invincible, especially with a team that has Michael Jordan.
Outside, Aguirre. Outside, Lambier. Clock at 6. Back to Thomas. He can't get that one. And the Bulls going the other way now. The pass to Armstrong. Jordan on the wing. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
Firing on all cylinders right now. Jordan is showing no mercy and getting any shot he wants.
Knocked loose and stolen by Jordan. And it's Jordan slamming it down.
How many other guys can do that? Michael Jordan, everybody. You can't top his showmanship.
You know, this Pistons team is so strong and focused on the road. I don't think the crowd in Chicago is going to be any problem at all for them.
And the Pistons with the second-best road record in the league. A team full of veterans, they have plenty of composure to spare in this series. We talk so much about the defense of Laimbeer, you can forget. For a big, he's a real good passer.
Jordan passes to Cartwright. Armstrong with it. He's guarded by Thomas. Here's Pippen. Lays it up off the glass. Pippen's got his second basket of the game.
Well, I tell you, Pippen's length helps him close to the rim. Uses that length to score through contact.
Outside Dumars. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Jordan. Pippen kicks to Jordan. From downtown, here's Cartwright, and that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
This is what he brings to your team. The ability to turn misses into makes. Pile up second chance points.
To the middle, here's Laimbeer, and then Laimbeer with the dunk.
You cannot expect Thomas to miss a guy that open. I mean, he's got such a great eye for spotting shooters ready to shoot.
The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Bulls lead by 7. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back, everyone, to Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals here in Chicago.
And early in this series, the Pistons have had a big bench advantage. A lot of points chipped in from the second unit. It's a problem for the Bulls.
Now, here's Johnson. Pass to Aguirre. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Johnson. Over Grant. Johnson can't get it to go. Hey, Clark, remember in Game 1, the Bulls only managed 12 points from their bench.
But they did get it going in Game 2, Kevin, but so did the Pistons. I think the Pistons have a deeper and more battle-tested bench. Somebody on Chicago's side is going to have to really step up.
On the floor for Detroit, Aguirre is out there with Bill Laimbeer. Then it's Johnson. Then it's Thomas. And it's Edwards in at the 5 down low. Now, here's Pippen. And slam dunk by Jordan. Mike Jordan is coming out of the gate hot, as we can see, shaking off that last 20-point performance.
And this was one of the more predictable things to happen. Jordan is just too competitive and driven to not come out strong after last game.
We knew it was going to happen. Edwards against Paxson. Yes, that goes in. Paxson's got his first points of the game.
Terrific focus to get to the basket there.
Surprised they left him that much of a lane to work with.
Johnson, the pass to Aguirre. Knocks it loose, and it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Pippen. Kings checked in for Chicago. Aguirre passes to Laimbeer. Back to Aguirre. 5 on the clock. Here's Johnson, and Jordan sends it back.
With an incredible 4-foot vertical leap and that 6'11" wingspan, It's tough to get a shot over Jordan.
You take a look at this Pistons offense, and they run an awful lot of pick-and-roll action effectively because they're an excellent passing team, and they work really well together.
And the dunk by Jordan.
They've gotten out to a big lead because of superior play on both ends.
No better way to do it. It's much easier to win games when you own both sides of the floor.
Now here's Thomas. 10 points for him. Lambeer kicks to Thomas. Knocks down the three ball. Thomas got 13 points. Mike, looking at this Pistons offense, the pick and roll, the screen roll game is very deadly with Isaiah Thomas.
And it opens up everything for them as well. The team plays very unselfishly, always looking for a great shot and rarely settle for bad ones.
They're a very smart team.
Smooth reverse. He knew just what he was doing there.
Timeout called, the Pistons. Michael Jordan really making a difference here.
He's really taking it to him inside. They got to find a way to slow him down.
Hodges checked in for Paxson. Dennis Rodman, he's checked in for the Pistons. Pistons trailed by 14.
Looking at the Pistons, you have to appreciate their approach. They play to their strengths and keep a very level head throughout the game.
And when you're guarding him, you've got to fight over the top.
Lock and trail around the screen and deny the perimeter shot.
And Hodges kicks to Jordan. He lobs it up, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Pass to Rodman. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Here's Hodges. Misses the three. And with the Pistons' approach, Clark, it's almost methodical how they go about things.
Kevin, it's not only methodical, it is maniacal and physical. And that's what being a champion does to you. This team knows they're great. They feel if they play their game, nobody can beat them physically, but more importantly, emotionally and mentally.
So confident. Well, the Bulls have done a much better job, Clark, limiting turnovers in this game.
And it seems like they've made a concentrated effort to be more careful, to squeeze that orange a little bit better. You can see the change compared to the last game. Just unable to get into any kind of rhythm this quarter.
And that's the way it goes sometimes. But his team is doing what they can to try and get him going.
Good.
Defense tries to get in there and trip Jordan up, but he charges right through it.
Offensively, Clark, things have sort of fallen apart for him.
And they need to recover as soon as possible.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Chicago with the ball, following the bucket by the Pistons. King, the pass to Grant. Bulls moving the ball around. Johnson with the block, and he's able to get it back. Bucket is good, and Thomas with a very hot start, Mike Fratello, to start this game.
Well, it looks like his offense is no longer a concern. Great job by him to get involved early on.
Passes it to Johnson. And the three off target.
And I have no idea how he clanked that one. The defense has to be thanking their lucky stars he didn't sink that one.
And a look at the two stars of these teams. Michael Jordan, coach, has been magnificent early on.
This is exactly how Jordan and the Bulls wanted to start things off. Jordan is locked in. He looks like he's on his way to another incredible performance.
Now, here's Jordan. 28 points for him. Bangs home the trifecta.
Jordan really confident rising up from deep. When he's in rhythm, he sinks these outside jumpers.
Thomas inside. He's guarded by Hodges. Johnson surveying the floor. 3 seconds left, and the rejection by Pippen.
Pippen putting in the work to get there for the denial. That was really a nice hustle play.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. We come back right after this. Welcome, everyone, back to Chicago. It's the Bulls and Pistons in an Eastern Conference Finals showdown. And here's Thomas, who brings it up for the Detroit Pistons, trailing by 17.
One thing the Bulls need to make sure they do is attack the rim. They settled for way too many outside looks the first few games. You need to test the Pistons inside.
They've got Michael Jordan. Pippen is out there with Grant. And there's Cartwright. And it's Paxson in at the point guard position. And that's the group for Phil Jackson as we begin the second half. Here's Pippen. Isaiah Thomas picking up that last basket. Jordan the pass to Grant. Jordan left side. It's good. And that's now 33 points for Jordan. Pippen in particular, Clark, shied away from driving early in this series, it seemed.
Well, Kevin, the Bulls know the Pistons are going to touch them up, be physical with them when they drive the ball. But they need to get over that and go with reckless abandon and strength to the basket. Settling for outside shots is not going to win them this series.
And catching up with both coaches, here's David.
Thanks, Kevin. Now, spoke with Phil Jackson. He said Detroit likes to play on the inexperience of our younger guys, and they come after us. We have to take care of the ball on the open floor. And in Detroit, Chuck Daly is concerned about an emotional burst out of Chicago in what feels like a do-or-die second half for the Bulls. Back to you guys.
Thanks, D.A. Yeah, going down, Mike, 3-zip in this series would effectively end it.
Detroit winning the regular season series 4-1. Many people are questioning whether Chicago can actually handle this team.
And, you know, these teams met 5 times during the regular season, and the Pistons won 4 of those meetings. That has to be a factor in the back of the minds of the Chicago Bulls.
Here's Dumars. The Bulls getting their last shot to go. Back to Thomas. From about 19 feet, the shot is good off the backboard. Thomas got 19 points. If you look back to the prior year, Mike Fratello, the Pistons won all 6 regular season games and the Eastern Conference Finals against the Bulls.
It's a budding rivalry. The Pistons aren't intimidated by Jordan. Feels like these teams have been in each other's way the last few years.
Which makes for a great rivalry. Chicago making a switch here. Neely's checked in. Sally, he's checked in for the Pistons. Aguirre comes in for Dennis Rodman. Let's take a second look at that fantastic block.
Such great timing, defensive awareness, too. When you have to face a defender that can reject you like this, it certainly can change your approach.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. The pass to Sally. Shot clock at 6. Dumars, the pass to Sally. He gets it in there. Sally's got his first bucket of the night.
And regardless of how this series goes, what a successful year it's been for Chicago. 55 wins, the second most in franchise history.
Now here's Jordan. He has 35. That one falls, coming off of Paxson's feed. Jordan's got 6 here in this quarter. Pass to Aguirre. Back to Thomas. Baseline try, Edwards. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Hey, Clark, no matter how this series shakes out, you feel the Bulls are poised for something bigger in the future.
Clearly, Kevin, the foundation is laid. They've got a star and a really good core group. I think it's just a matter of growing this group together, maturing, becoming more confident and physical. And you could see them competing for a title in the very near future.
We've seen this process before. It takes time, sometimes, for teams to get by a tough opponent.
Great point, Kevin, and there's no denying it. You don't see teams become championship teams overnight. There's a seasoning and a journey that's required to become champions.
And Thomas, Mike, continues to be a big factor on the offensive end for Detroit.
Well, you knew it was coming. Isaiah Thomas is not a 9 points a game player, and he was due for a big one.
Yeah, very due. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
The 7-footer Edwards is a really good go-to scorer in the low post and has great confidence in his ability to score on anybody.
Down he goes. Nice one there from Neely. And the Bulls lead by 18.
The basis of our game is the pass, sharing, being a great teammate.
And then Sally with the dunk.
Outstanding execution. Good job working the ball inside.
Armstrong passes to Jordan. And he banks in the layup. Jordan's got 39.
That's Armstrong playing his main role, distributor.
Thomas against Armstrong. And the Pistons getting another bucket right there.
Boy, he's playing out of his head, nailing everything. And the defense is scrambling to try to stop him right now, and so far, no go.
Now, here is Jordan. He's got 39. Down low, Purdue, and slam dunk by Purdue.
The defense that time totally outsmarted by Jordan with the pick and roll. Great way to create for another shooter.
In the second half now, and Mike, as we can see, Jordan continues to lead the way.
And you can't help but be impressed by the show Jordan is putting on. There is no way for them to slow down or contain his airness.
He's been wonderful. The Pistons shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good, Thomas.
You know, Thomas plays the game with such an edge and attitude and great confidence, and I think that gives him an edge out there on the court. He's always willing to go the extra mile.
Hodges checked in for the Bulls. And Detroit with a change here, too. Johnson, he's checked in for Joe Dumars. And both free throws good for Thomas. The Bulls leading by 16. 1:03 left in the third quarter. From deep, Jordan sinks the three-pointer. Jordan's got 42 in the game. And Jordan, Mike, continues to get things to fall. What a show he is putting on tonight.
You can see the fire in Jordan's eyes. He's on a mission to make a statement this game.
Yes. Now, here's Thomas. He's got 23. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
An immediate response to the last three-pointer. Aguirre showing you how dangerous he can be at the arc.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Draws the whistle and nearly gets it to fall.
That would have been an impressive and one, but instead, he'll shoot 2 at the line.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him.
And the athleticism of Jordan is out of this world. Simply just an incredible player who does whatever he wants on offense.
Chicago making a switch here. Kings checked in. Lambeer's checked in for Detroit. He hits both from the stripe. Pistons trailed by 18. Outside, Aguirre. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
You know, even with the defense right in his path, Aguirre stayed strong and earned himself a trip to the line.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls.
When you think about Mark Aguirre, you immediately think scoring. Ziggy is out there to put points on the board.
And so Aguirre nails them both. And so Jordan will bring it up for the Bulls. Shot and game clock separated by 5. King outside. Back to Jordan. And it's Jordan with the jam.
MJ showing us all how it's done.
Thomas against Armstrong. With a step back. Thomas, that's good. Thomas got 25 points in the game.
The defense was certainly a little tardy in reacting to the step back there.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Here we go, the fourth quarter on the way in this crucial Game 3 in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Bulls leading by 16.
And you look at the coaches in this matchup. Obviously, the Pistons have a legend on their bench who has won a title. But the Bulls have shown well under Coach Jackson.
Cartwright gets the bucket.
In a way, Jordan is your point guard. He's the initiator.
Detroit with the ball. On the court for the Pistons. Bill Laimbeer out there with Aguirre. Then there's Thomas. Then it's Johnson. And it's Rodman in at the 3. And the shot goes in from Aguirre. And Coach Phil Jackson in his first full year with the Bulls.
And you know, Kevin, Jackson has changed the offensive approach for this team. He was an assistant before with the Bulls, so he understands their personnel. Seems like a really good fit so far into his tenure.
Yeah, he was an assistant under Doug Collins.
Yep. Hey, it's as plain as pound cake. Keep it simple. They want to see how big this league can get.
No such thing as running up the score at this level.
Mike Fratello, what a gigantic night for Michael Jordan against these Detroit Pistons.
First game of the series at home, you knew this would be Michael's time to shine. What a memorable performance from an elite player.
Against these bad boys from Detroit. And slam dunk by Jordan.
Creating offense through working hard on defense. Boy, I love seeing that.
I know you do, going all the way with it, too.
Yeah, you see the tenacity from them on both ends. Impressive sequence.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. We've seen Michael Jordan really having a great game.
They need to use this timeout to evaluate how they can slow him down. He's lighting them up from beyond the arc.
John Paxson, he's checked in for Chicago. And then for Detroit, Edwards comes in for Aguirre. And it's Dumars in for Johnson. To the inside. Edwards can't hit.
Aggressive move. That's an easy 2 points most of the time.
Fader on the way. Drops in the layup for 2.
That's Grant imposing his will. Playing big. That's what the team needs from him.
Outside Dumars. Pass to Rodman. Now, here is Laimbeer. Outside Dumars. 5 to shoot. Over Jordan. And again, it's the Pistons missing. And the Bulls ahead in this one, Clark. They've minimized mistakes, and they have the lead to show for it.
Exactly, and you know, sometimes it's really simple. Take care of the ball, get good shots, and usually good things happen.
Strong move in there by Jordan to draw the contact.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And so Jordan nails both of them. Detroit with the ball. Coach, a tough stretch for this offense.
I'd say they need to get back to what they do best. Right now, that's a question mark.
A big question mark. Yep, that one goes.
And they have not let up. They are still in attack mode despite their sizable lead.
And I like that mindset. Never let up. You don't want to give the opponent any opportunity to get back in this one.
Now, here's Thomas. Outside, Lambier. That's tipped, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession. For the Pistons, Bedford's checked in for Edwards. Greenwood comes in for Lambier, and it's Henderson for Isaiah Thomas. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Dumars. The shot's good.
Hey, the defense had no chance right there, even with the contact. Dumars knows exactly what he needs to do to still score.
Dumars against Jordan. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Joe Dumars. And the first one drops. So for the Bulls, Purdue, he's checked in for Cartwright, and King subbed in for Horace Grant. Then for the Pistons, Edwards, he's checked in for Bedford, and Lambier subbed in for Greenwood. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Here's Henderson. Outside Dumars. Back to Henderson. Knocked away. Here's Rodman.
Rodman ever ready to put his body on the line. He doesn't care about the contact as long as he draws the foul.
Shooting 2.
The free throw drops for Rodman.
The hard-working junkyard dog throwback game of Rodman is part of what makes him so lovable and valuable. He's considered one of the greatest defenders ever, and he's also in that category as a rebounder, too.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Neely comes in for Pippen, and Armstrong subbed in for Paxson. And both free throws good for Rodman. Now the Bulls with it. They're on a 14-6 run. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Jordan, the pass to King. Good, and the assist goes to Jordan. Jordan's got his 5th assist in this one.
Slick move, coming off the pick and going straight to the hoop.
Now, here's Dumars. And slam dunk by Jordan.
It's basically been all him. I mean, he scored most of the points himself.
Henderson kicks to Dumars. Rodman up top. Back to Dumars. Shoots from the high post. And he recovers it. Three-pointer. Again, the miss by the Pistons. Dumars gone 1 of 6 shooting so far. Here's Jordan. And then slammed in by Jordan.
Did you see that? Jordan putting on a show, folks.
We've got 1:28 left to play here in the fourth. Dumars kicks to Henderson. Rodman looking it over. Back to Henderson. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Nice find there by Rodman, leading to the bucket.
Jordan against Henderson. The three. And again, it's Michael Jordan.
Down the stretch, when you need buckets, go to the guy who's gotten you this far.
Yeah, he's been relentless.
Here's Hastings. He's guarded by Purdue. Pistons passing it around. Dumars against Jordan. Goes back up. King with the block. Henderson against Armstrong. And he comes up with the deuce.
Not coasting to victory, they're running through the tape. Run through that finish line.
That's how you do it. Keep it going through the checkered flag.
Now here's Henderson. On the wing, Rodman. Passes it to Hastings. An easy 2 points on the layup.
This is who Rodman is, willing to do whatever he can to help the team win. Nice dime right there.
It's Jordan with the drive.
You're not going to get stops against him unless you give an effort.
Priority and goal number one has to be tightening up the defense. They can't afford to give him open looks.
Like in a game they needed to win so badly, Michael Jordan and the Bulls get the win. What a tremendous effort from Chicago.
Series now moves to 2-1, and the Bulls are very much in it. This team showed a lot of mettle fighting for the looks they got and converted when they needed to.
And for the Pistons, Clark, they'll be feeling the pressure in Game 4 for sure.
As they should. They don't want to let this series get tied up. Nobody wants to deal with the three-game series against Michael Jordan. I'd expect them to bring it for Game 4.
I would too. So for Mike Fratello, Clark Hill.